All right. So today's session, we are going to learn the basic router configuration as I have just said. So for that, in this packet tracer, which I have already introduced to you, I'm going to bring in a packet tracer router. So I keep it on screen. We also wanted to have 2-3 networks to be connected. So I'm going to comfortably bring another router as well. So I have brought in 2 routers here. They are router 0 and router 1. So generally, when we have these 2 routers and when we wanted to simulate a LAN, it is also better to have the switch to bring in. So I have a switch. Yes, I can bring in a switch here. I bring in another switch. I encourage you to do the similar one in parallel. Right, let's move on. And we also need end devices because these all are the intermediary devices, as you know. We require certain end devices. So for that, I bring PC. So I bring some 2 personal computers here, another 2 personal computers here. I'm going to connect them. Now, having a personal computer here, which is to be connected to the switch, I should go for a straight through cable. So I click the straight through cable. I connect the fast Ethernet port of the system along with the one of the fast Ethernet interface of the switch. Similarly, I connect the fast Ethernet interface of the machine with one of the fast Ethernet interfaces of the switch. The same cable I'm going to use here. So as you could see how, you have already seen this. So I straight away connect. Now the PCs, the end devices are connected with the switch. Now we need to connect the switch with the router. So I can again choose the fast Ethernet interface and then router's fast Ethernet interface. Similarly, again, fast Ethernet interface of this router along with the fast Ethernet interface of the switch. Now these connections are done and you could see a visible difference. See, personal computer, when it is connected to the switch, you could see the light in green color. I can probably increase this size. We'll see whether I can do it. Oh, it's too much. I think I'll maintain this. All right. And then another PC is connected to the switch. Still, it is glowing with green. Generally, when we have this green color, no, it is indicating that the physical connection is perfect. And we also could see here. But you could see by default now this is in red color, which means something has to be done here. All right. So, and we have got the routers, right? There are 2 routers to be interconnected. And I'm going to use these 2 routers to simulate the wide area network WAN connection. So I go for a DCE cable or a DTE cable. So I connect with the serial interface. The first difference with the earlier connections which we have made, serial interface with a serial interface here. It's not mandatory that you should connect the serial 2 with serial 20. You can connect the serial 2 with serial 30 as well. But only thing is a serial cable, a serial interface has to be connected with the serial interface. Right. Now let's start configuring the devices with the IP addresses. Before that, for our understanding, I'm going to make some notes here. Probably this is one of the networks. So I'm going to give 192.168.10/24. This is the second network. So 192.168.20/24. And the third one, 192.168.30/24. All right. And as you could see, we have got 2 routers. How are you going to find out how many networks we have in a topology? We have got a router 0 here. It is connected with 2 interfaces. One is on the left hand side for me instance. Right, is the fast Ethernet. It's an Ethernet network. And here where I have got a serial network. Similarly, here I have got the serial on the right hand, Ethernet on the right hand side, and the wide area network on the left hand side. So this is a LAN side, probably this is the WAN side. So this router is connected to 2 networks, 1 and 2. This router is connected to 2 networks, but one of them is common. So there are 3 networks. So this is one network, this is another network, this is the third network. So you should know this very clearly. So there are 3 networks available in this topology which I have. Right. So for your convenience, I switch off the video for some more time. All right. So moving on, we need to start assigning the IP addresses to these machines. So let's start with the left-hand side, leftmost side. So we have got a PC0 here. So I click this PC0. It takes up a window where I can go to the desktop tab. In the desktop, I have got IP configuration. This is one of the ways to assign IP address. So I'm going to give IP address 192.168.1.1. This 192.168.1.1 is part of this network. As you have learned earlier, this is a class C network with default gateway. So the IP addresses, usable IP addresses can range from 192.168.1.1 till 192.168.1.255. Hence, I have given the first IP just to easily remember. So 192.168.1.1, I have pressed the tab key in my keyboard and it fills in the subnet mask automatically. This is the actual subnet mask I am expecting. So I leave as it is. At present, I'm not configuring the default gateway. I'm not configuring the DNS server. And other fields I leave as it is. I close this tab. Then I move to PC1. All right, go to the desktop. A similar one, I repeat, with another IP address. So instead of giving 192.168.1.1, I give 192.168.1.2, and then I give the subnet mask. As earlier case, I leave these two fields as it is. I'm not making any change. Right. Similarly, on the right hand side, we'll complete the IP assignment. We'll go to PC2 here. It is supposed to be given with the IP ranging from 312.3.255. Okay, so I'm going to give 192.168.3.1 with the mask, closing it, moving to the next device, continuing a similar one, 192.168.3.2 with the mask. All right, so these are all the configurations I have made to the end devices. All right, fine. Now let's move on to router. Now this router is having multiple interfaces. So how can I learn? There are multiple ways to go that, but due to time constraint, I straight away open this router and you can see the config tab. In the config tab, you have seen these are all the interfaces available, which means there are two fast Ethernet interface, two serial interface, another two fast Ethernet interface. To visualize that, you can go to physical mode and you can give this zoom in, probably that, okay, you can see that. So these are the two fast Ethernet interfaces, two serial interfaces and another two Ethernet interfaces. We are going to utilize this fast Ethernet interface and a serial interface. So in today's session, we are not going to use this config tab because this is available only in Packet Tracer, and this GUI will not help you, especially when you are working with the real-time routers. Hence, we are going to be comfortable with the CLI interface. All right, if you haven't worked with this CLI interface, please follow with me. And you have got, if I remember correctly, in one of the sessions, a faculty explained to you how to configure the switch with the basic configuration. So I'm not going to talk about which mode we are working and all these things. So straight away we'll go and I am going to give this enable command. And our objective is to assign IP address to routers interface. All right, but we should know what are all the interfaces available. To know the interfaces which are available, there are a number of commands, but one of the famous commands is you can give show running configuration. As you know, this router CLI and switch CLI is context sensitive, which means even instead of typing show running configuration, even if you give show run, it has had the same effect. The reason is once you type yes and put a question mark, you could see there are 4 commands available in this mode, in this prompt. They are send, setup, show, and SSH. So if you press yes and press tab, nothing will work. But if you look at the second alphabet in these commands, these two are having E in common. But if you look at the third command, it has got show, H. So I just press H in my keyboard, I press tab key, it fills in the command automatically. All right, so this is why I said it is context sensitive. Now you want to know what are all the various other commands available in this mode. You just give question mark after this, it lists the commands. But you could see There are number of commands it is listing. So these all are available here. And if you want to see more, you have to press the space bar. It will fetch the remaining commands. And among them, one of the commands is running config. It shows the current operating configurations. Another command is startup config, the contents of the startup configuration. All right. So this is all needed as we are progressing. But for the time being, I'm going to use show. I just press R and press tab. It fills in running configuration because running config is the only command which is available having the first letter as R, if as you could see here. All right. So as I give show running config, it fills in. All right. I press enter key and it gives the running configuration. It has got a lot of things, but don't bother now. I press the space bar. It says interface fast Ethernet 00. It says no IP address, duplex is auto, speed is auto. Now it is shut down. Shutdown means it is logically down, which means it's at present when it is shut down, it cannot send or receive any packets through this link, that through this interface. I'm sorry. And I press more, it fetches other commands, other interfaces as well. Earlier we saw fast Ethernet 00, fast Ethernet 10 having a similar one. Then serial 0, no IP address, it is shut down. Then serial 30, no IP address, it is still shut down. Then interface fast Ethernet 40, no IP shutdown. These are all the configuration and more. The console is not configured. Auxiliary port is not configured. Your telnet is not configured at present. All right, and it says end. That's it. Now you could see it has got 6 interfaces: fast Ethernet 00, fast Ethernet 10, serial 20, serial 30, then 4, 5. There are 6 interfaces available here. All right. Now this command fetches the running configuration all, but we just want to know what are all the configuration of the interfaces. So we have got a command show IP interfaces brief. Show IP interfaces brief is one of the important commands which you are supposed to use. I just press enter. No, it shows what are all the interfaces available, probably in a summary, not having every detail. It talks only about the interfaces. So fast Ethernet 00 IP is not assigned. Is it okay? Yes. And administratively down because no shutdown is issued. I'm sorry, shutdown is issued. Then fast Ethernet 10, serial 20, serial 30, and so on. So there are some 6 interfaces available here, and no IP is assigned as such. Okay, these are all the things which are available here. Of course, you can change the host name. I can request the faculty to share a PDF file later, which has a lot of basic commands. You can message of the day banner can be included. All right, you can set the password for the console. You can set the password for enable and so on. Whatever you have done with the switch earlier in one of the session, the same thing can be experimented with the router as well. So I'm not going to waste the time then in those contents. Probably I move on to explain to you how we are going to assign the IP address to this. So for your understanding, this router has got 2 interfaces at present, connected to the cable. This is fast Ethernet cable, this is serial cable. And I remember this interface is fast Ethernet 00. That is what we have connected. All right. So we are going to assign IP address to fast Ethernet 00, and we are going to assign this IP 192.168.1.254 with 24 as the mask. Why should I say 192.168.1.254 for this interface? No rule, but we are going to use this IP for the routers, this interface. And you also should know this fast Ethernet interface is called the gateway. All right, the gateway for this particular network called, let's say LAN A. Okay, so this is LAN A, not LAN A, let's say A and B, and this is C network. All right, so we have got 3 networks. So for the network A, this interface of this router is the gateway. So this is called the gateway. So we are going to assign an IP address to this interface. So for fast Ethernet interface, we are going to assign IP address. So I open this router and I'm going to configure the terminal. So I give configure terminal. All right. So I just exit just to explain to you. instead of configure terminal, even if I type config t, it is going to configure the terminal. All right, so it is going to configure the terminal where I can start assigning IP address. All right, so what are the commands we can use for assigning the IP address? So the command which is to be used to assign the IP address is, I'm just going to type in on screen IP. I put a question mark. You can see these are all the lot of things which can be used to assign. Just hold on. I'm sorry for the disturbance. All right. So now I have just typed IP and I'm supposed to give address. All right. And I'm just trying to find whether we have the command called address. It is not possible. All right. So this is one of the ways we normally make mistakes when you configure the interfaces. I just type IP because I'm just trying to type the command called IP address. But when I looked at the commands which are available, no, there is no command called address. All right. So I cannot assign IP address to this router. However, we are going to assign IP address to the fast Ethernet interface of this router. How can I get into that? Very simple, sir. I just give interface fast Ethernet, and as you know, this interface ID is fast Ethernet 00. How do you know that? You just bring your mouse cursor here, and that will indicate the name of this interface, fast Ethernet 00. Could you see that? It comes and goes. Yeah, FA00. All right. So I have just typed interface fast Ethernet 00. Now I can give IP address. I just put IP and put the question mark. You could see address. What is the use of this command? It sets the IP address of an interface. All right. So I'm going to give IP address IP address. What's the IP address we are attempting? I request everyone to type in the IP address which we plan to give for this interface quickly in the chat box. Make it fast. I want everyone to type in the chat box. Excellent, Robin. Appreciations to you. Anyone else? No, Prabhat. No. Navanitha Krishnan, right? You are right. Chris, no, Chris. No, this is network address. Yes, Alan, right? Further. Yes. Majority of you have typed it. Good. All right. It is 190. Yes, Benjamin. 192.168.1.254. Yeah, 192.168.1.254 with the mask 24. So I'm going to type 192.168.1.254. I just give /24. Press enter. It says, no, sir, this is not a valid IP address. So you should remember it is not going to accept. So you should give a space and you should give the mask. 24 indicates 255.255.255.0. Let's look at the screen whether anything is changed. No, as of now, nothing is changed. It is still in red color. And if you remember, I said sometimes that the link is not ready at present. All right, this interface is not ready at present to exchange any information. So I should issue a command called no shutdown. Again, I can give no sh. I just press enter. The moment I gave enter, you could see this becomes green color and the switch interface becomes amber color. No problem. If it is amber for a long time, there could be some issue. We can wait for some more time to make this to become green. But let's not wait time looking at that. You can see the line protocol is change the state to up. I just press enter. I'm going to issue a command do show IP interface brief. Now I have given a command show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief is the command, as you know, is used to summarize and view the interface details. And I have issued a command called do just in front of that. The reason is the show IP interface brief is not available in this prompt. Actually, it is available in the config tab. All right, that's the reason. Global configuration mode, I'm sorry. That's the reason I am issuing a do just in front of that. You could see the change which we have made is reflected here. Fast Ethernet 00 has got 192.168.1.254. Is it okay? Yes. Status is up. All right. And now another interface is the serial interface. All right. We need to configure the serial interface. So for the serial interface, I'm going to give IP here as 21. Not 21, in fact, 192.168. 2.1, and here I'm giving 2.2. So this is going to be given 192.168.2.1. This is 192.168.2.2 because they belong to 192.168.2.0 network. So I go to this router again, config interface. I'm typing interface serial 2.0. Why should I type interface serial 2.0? I bring the mouse cursor here. It shows interface serial 2.0. I'm sorry, it appears and disappears. Okay, why is it happening? Yeah, interface 2.0. Okay, so I click this interface 2.0. What's the command should I issue to assign IP address? Or can you complete the command which I'm supposed to issue here? Make it fast. Type the answer in the command chat box. Which command should I issue to assign IP address of 192.168.2.1 with the mask 255.255.255.0? Make it fast. I'm waiting for your response. Okay, lot of responses. Good, excellent. Okay, IP address. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, some of you are typing the answer as IP address, but in fact, you should also give the IP. Yeah, majority of you are getting it correctly. Appreciations to you. You are listening to me. Thank you. So I'm going to issue the command which you have typed in the chat box. So I'm going to give IP address 192.168.2.1.255.255.255.0. All right. And let me also give a command called no shutdown. Sir, I have given the command called no shutdown, but still it is showing some red color here. Okay, something more is to be given. Please remember, if it is a serial interface, you are supposed to give a clock rate for synchronization. So the command for clock rate is CLOCK RATE. Let me give 64,000 as the clock rate. All right. So I have given the clock rate in this link. Don't bother. I close it. I have completed the configuration, but still nothing is happening here. All right. So we'll go to this interface. This router will make it fast. You are going to respond. Okay. I'll just make it a little bigger. All right. So when you have a message like, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? Comfortably give no. Otherwise, it will ask a lot of questions for you to fill in. You may lose your patience many times. All right. So this is the router here. So I give enable, and I'm going to straight away give the configuration command. Before that, let me see what are all the interfaces available. Show IP interface brief is the command. Okay. So I could see. Yes. So just for your understanding, I move everything to somewhere here. Okay. All right. So I open this router. Right. So these are all the things which are available. Fine. So I'm supposed to give the IP address to the serial 30 or serial 20. I'll just check. This is serial 20. Yes, it is serial 20. I'm supposed to give IP address to serial 20. Quickly type in the command I'm supposed to give now in this prompt. Make it fast. What command should I issue now so that I can start assigning IP address to serial 20? Okay, interface FA20 IP address. Okay. Any other answer? Malkish, I looked at your answer. Good. IP address, Melvin is saying, okay, interface fast Ethernet. All right. So you have told me I should type IP address or interface. So let me see IP. Okay, I'll just type interface. Is it coming? It is unrecognized command. So I'm not able to type interface or int. Oh, okay. All right. Any other answer? Let's wait for some time. Configure terminal. Excellent. So one of you have typed a command called configure terminal. So Control Shift F6 is not working. Okay. Okay. So normally when you type a wrong command like this, you will have a lookup server running inside. It will try to find where the particular IP address is. So that's the problem I have just encountered. Normally when you give Control Shift F6, it will remove, but it's not happening at present. So no problem. I go to this physical mode, comfortably switch off and then switch on. All right. So otherwise we have to wait for some more time. So we are looking at the boot process which is happening in this router. Okay, no, I don't want to give. Right. So enable. Yeah, one of you or at least few of you have written the correct command. I should give configure terminal. All right. So configure terminal is the primary command I'm supposed to give so that I can start configuring. And now I should get into interface serial 20. And now I should give the IP address. IP address 192.168. Yes. 2 with the mask 255.255.255.0. And I give no shutdown. As soon as I give no shutdown, you could see both becomes green. All right. So it was waiting for the other link also to be up. Now one interface needs the IP address, which is pending as of now. What is that interface? Can you put it in the chat box? Which interface are we yet to assign IP address? C is the network name, Robin. Yeah, fast Ethernet, not 10. It is normally fast Ethernet 00. We'll quickly look at this. Yeah, fast Ethernet 00. Good. You are responding. Appreciations to you. I want everyone to put the message in the chat box because we are taking an audit of it. All right. So I need to assign IP address to fast Ethernet 00. So interface FA00 is the interface. I give IP address. This is the router's gateway IP, right? So I'm just going to give 192.168.3.255. So IP address 192.168.3.254, and then the mask. I have assigned IP address, and I'm supposed to give a command now. Which command? Quickly. Yes, exactly. No shutdown. So I have given the no shutdown command. Now the configuration is done. Perfect. All right. So as of now, the router's configuration is done. And I would always recommend you to save all this running configuration in the startup configuration, which means whatever we are typing, whatever configurations we have made are all available in the RAM. You are supposed to configure in the NVRAM, non-volatile RAM. The command is copy running configuration into startup configuration. So you can remember this command, copy running configuration into startup configuration. I press enter. It is confirming whether the same file name. Yes, I say yes, and it is configured. Now, even if I restart, whatever configurations I have made will be available. So how am I going to reload the router? You can just say reload, reload. As soon as you press the command, this is to restart the router. Reload and confirm, you just press enter, it will reload the router. So we have made a lot of configurations, right, in the router. And parallelly, you could see here, everything becomes red color because the router is not having any power. Once it is up, you can see they all become green. I give enable. I'm just going to give show running configuration. You could see the IP address which you have assigned already is available, 192.168.3.54. And where is the serial interface? Yeah, serial is here. Yeah, serial 20 is having IP address and everything. All right. So now these are all the things which are available. These are all the basic configurations which will help you to do with this packet tracer. All right. Now we need to find out whether this PC0 is able to ping PC3. That is the only target which we have. All right. So we all know the IP address. IP address of this PC3 is 192.168.3.2. We should not forget. So I just typed in here 192.168.3.2. All right. And I'm going to send a ping command from this. You all have used ping command in your first exercises in the laboratory. So I'm going to issue that in the PC0. I'm going to issue to ping 192.168.3.2. Go to the command prompt. Just type ping 192.168.3.2. Am I right? It is 3.2. I press enter. I'm waiting for the response to come. It says request timed out. Request timed out. The next request timed out. Okay, so no, everything is lost, 100% loss. All right, now let's start troubleshooting. This is where your packet tracer helps you most, all right, to understand what has gone wrong. So for that, we'll get into simulation mode. All right, I give show all or none. Edit filters, I just use ICMP because ICMP packets are needed, internet control messaging protocol are needed for your ping trace route commands to function. All right, and I have this seek bar little. All right, so I go to this device again, go to the command prompt. I try once again ping. All right, and you could see the packet is ready here. I allow this to go. No, sir, it is not happening. What has gone wrong? You could see, okay, you could see that there is the int mark. This packet has not even started from this. I delete it. I go once again. I give the ping command again. I say go. No, still the same answer. No response. So we can open this packet in the packet tracer and see what has gone wrong. I want everyone to see this, read this. If you could see this on screen, there is a new window. All right, some yellow color patch also on the screen. Please put a thumbs up. Thumbs up. All right, you have got the what is that? Emoji or something? Yes, yes, yes. You can put a thumbs up or something. You can also, yeah, good. You could see that. Thank you, right. So let's move on. So I'm just reading the lines on screen. It says the ping process starts the next ping request. Okay. The ping process creates an ICMP echo request message and sends in source. So please remember, when you have the ping command, all right, it creates the ICMP echo request. ICMP echo request is generally type 8 code 0. Remember this. ICMP echo request is type 8 code 0. All right, so you have got type 8 code 0 message. It is sent. The source IP address is not specified. The device sets it to the port's IP address. No problem, sir. Source IP address I have not given. So it takes the machine's IP address. The machine's IP is 192.168.1.1. That is a source IP. No problem. Read the fourth one. This is important. The destination IP address 192.168.3.2 is not in the same subnet and it is not the broadcast address. So it checks what is the destination IP address. We gave ping 192.168.3.2. It is not in the same subnet. Why? This subnet is 192.168.10. But I am attempting to send a message to 3.2. 3.2 is not available in this LAN. Hence, it is also not the broadcast address. So what happens? It looks for the gateway. The default gateway is not set. The device drops the frame. Sir, it is very simple. You have a packet to send out of your network. How does it find? Looking at the IP address 192.168, it is not in the same subnet. It understands it's a remote network. Being a remote network, the packet has to be sent to the default gateway. Unfortunately, we haven't configured the default gateway for this router. So I close this for the time being. I delete this. Okay. I go to this PC, go to the IP configuration tab. I'm supposed to set the default gateway. Please type in the chat box. What should be the default gateway I should type? Make it fast. I can give you the clue. Excellent. 192.168.1.254. So I press this 192.168.1.254. All right. So I close it. Good. Moving on. I go to the machine once again. Command prompt. I'm not going to lose my hope. I press once again. Press it. Now I press the go button. The packet goes. All right. Now the packet moves, and then it has to go to the default gateway. So I click again. It goes to the default gateway. Now there is a int mark. No, I did not expect this. All right. So I delete it again. I make an attempt. There could be some mistakes. I just press the button again. Go. Goes here. Oh no, the result is same, which means something has gone wrong. So I go to this PC. If you look at this, you can see a clear difference. Earlier, before I configure the default gateway, you could see a message called request timed out. for ping 192.168.3.2. But after configuring the default gateway, when I give pin 192.168.3.2, you are getting a reply from somebody. Who is this person? 192.168.1.254 is the default gateway. This default gateway tells the destination host unreachable. Sir, the meaning of this message is that I do not know where the destination machine is, which means this router is not having any knowledge about where 3.0 network is, because this router is connected with only 1.0 network and 2.0 network. This router is connected with only 2.0 network and 3.0 network. This is the place where you require the routing protocols. So today's objective is not learning about routing protocol. So I quickly configure the RIP protocol here. So I go to RIP. All right. So I configure 192.168.10, 192.168.20. Add. All right. So what I have done, I have added RIP protocol to this router. So I'm going to see whether the routing information has come up. Show IP route. Show IP route is the command to see the routing table of a router. I just press show IP route. No, it has got only two information. It has got information about 1.0 network and 2.0 network. What are they? They are directly connected. Where is it connected? 1.0 network is connected with fast Ethernet. As you know, this is fast Ethernet. It is connected here. 2.0 network is connected with the serial interface, serial 2.0. All right. I configured RIP, but RIP will not work because RIP is the dynamic routing protocol which exchanges information. So I'm supposed to configure RIP here before I complete. So I use the CLI. I'm sorry. I use the command prompt to make quickly. So I give 192.168.20. I'm adding. Then 192.168.30 also I'm adding here, and I close it. All right. So so after some time I go to this router. I give the same command, show IP route. Now it has learned a new route. Look at it, sir. Just now it had only two routes. Once I have configured the routing protocol, it has added a new route. What is that? It is learned through R. What is R? R, where is R? Where is R? Where is R? R is RIP. So it has learned through RIP protocol. So RIP has helped this router to know that there is another route, another network existing called 3.0. It is connected via 2.2. Where is 2.2? 2.2 is here. Okay. But we have another session to learn more about these RIP protocols, but we also can check whether this router has updated this information. So I give show IP route. Yes, it also has learned the third route. So both the routers have got the knowledge. I go to the simulation mode, go to the PC. I attempt again. I'm not going to leave it. Okay, same command. All right. Now I allow this to go. It is going. Earlier, you remember this packet was dropped here. You got the reply through the ICMP packet. Now it goes and it is getting dropped here. No problem. We'll try again, whether it is by mistake. Okay. So I go to the simulation and I press this, give enter. It's going, it's going, it's going. Yes, it's going. It's going to the machine. Now it is dropped. Oh, okay. Let's not lose the hope. We'll go once again. Get it? Going, going. I press the play button. It goes there. Positive, anything? No, it is still there is a problem. Now you should guess what could be the problem. I just want you to respond in the chat box. What could be the problem for this error? Make it fast. What could be the problem? Don't worry. Even if you are at fault or you are making a default gateway of what, Robin? You are getting it right. Reply not coming from PC3. Why? Why? Yes. Abhinav. PC3. Okay. Appreciations to you. Now, Robin has responded that PC3 is not having the default gateway. Please remember what has happened. I delete the scenario. What has happened? The packet was going. Anyway, I'll show you why the error comes. I say Control C. Press this enter button. Okay, I allow this to go. I stop here. I just click this packet and open. You see what's happening in the out layer. The process replies to echo request by echo reply. So echo reply is type 0 code 0. All right. So inbound, if you see, it is type 8 code 0. Yes, type 8 code 0 is the echo request. You got the echo reply type 0 code 0. It says the destination IP is not in the same subnet. The default gateway is not set. Very interesting. Same problem what we faced with PC0. Now PC3 is facing. So I delete it. Go to the PC3. I set the default gateway. I go to the IP configuration. What's the default gateway? 192.168.3254. If I remember correctly, I close it. Due to want of time, I'm not configuring this with the other machine. Now the pinging, I allow this to go. Let's see now whether we are getting the response. Yes, it is successful. All right, the first ping is successful. Generally, this ping message will be sent 4 times. Type 8 code 0 will go 4 times and you will get the response by type 0 code 0. All right. So anyway, it is going to continue. I stop here. All right. So this is what I wanted to talk to you. I delete this. All right. So what we have done, to quickly summarize before I take the next packet tracer one, which we are going to work today. You have got to learn today how to configure these routers, how to assign the IP address, how to configure the serial interface, how to configure the Ethernet interfaces, how to connect them and everything. All right, and we also were able to find the default gateway, the importance of default gateway, and other things. All right, and please continue exercising with this packet tracer tool with what you have learned with switch configuration. All those comments you can search. So we have got few more minutes to go. So I have got another packet tracer file opened parallel. I'll probably go there and explain. All right. So this is one of the files which I have downloaded from your CCNA course. I think it's available in where is it available? It's available in, I think, 465, if I am correct. Forgive me if it is not the fact, or it may be in chapter 10. So somewhere I have downloaded. So you should know how to work with these assignments which are given. So I just give my name, Emmanuel. I also type my email address. It's not my email address. I randomly give. I just give OK. Now I have got. All right. Now this kind of files are normally coming with a packet tracer activity file. All right. And it says, all right, so you have to just follow whatever is given. I just put it as on top of it. Let me see whether I can make it. Yeah. All right, whatever is said here, we are supposed to do. Very simple, interesting one. You also can check the results. When I just check the result, you have, if you did not complete, if you read, you did not complete the activity, please close this window and try again. I'm sorry, sir. I go back. I haven't completed. So I just keep it aside. It says you have got, okay, just a blind question. How many networks do we have in this topology? Waiting for your response in the chat box. How many networks do we have in this topology? Okay, 3, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5. Lot of answers with 5. Some of them with 3. Okay. All right, thank you. Now, how are you going to find out the number of networks? Look at the router. How many interfaces are they connected with? Yes, 4 LAN, 1 WAN. Excellent. Yes. So you have got here one connection, here another connection. This is the third connection. So there are 3 networks connected with R1. Similarly, we have got R2, which is connected with 1, 2, 3. And one of them is common. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 networks available on this topology. So we quickly see, it also says in R1, okay, we know how to find out. I go to R1, okay, I just try to type config tab. It says config tab is locked by authors designed for this activity. Many a times when you are having the examination, your config tab will be locked. You cannot see that. All right. So I open this packet tracer. I can only use CLI. Okay. In CLI, it is asking for password. All right. So how should I know the password? You have to read this information. All right. Read it. I'm reading for you. If it is font is visible. Okay. I have increased the font. Click a device and then click CLI tab to access the command line directly. The console password is Cisco. The privileged execution password is class. So it is, as soon as I press enter, it asks for password. So I give Cisco. Yes, it accepts me. And I'm also giving enable command and it asks for password. I should give class. I just have to follow the instructions which are given on the screen. Just simple. Which command displays the statistics for all interfaces configured on a router? Can you give the answer? The answer is show IP interfaces. Okay. Show IP interfaces is the command which helps you to see what are all the configurations made on an interface. Okay. So I have just typed show IP interface. So it says gigabit is administrative down, all these things. It talks about all the interfaces. It's not over. I just press the space bar. Lot of things. It talks about everything, serial, fast Ethernet, and everything. But I just wanted to know only one interface, for instance. Which command displays the information about serial 000 interface only? You all should know the interface commands. Okay, I'm just typing show IP interface. Which one should I know? Serial 000. So this is the command show IP interface serial 00 is the command which helps me to know only about the serial interface, not about everything, but only about this. Okay. Now let's move on. Enter the command to display the statistics for serial 00 interface on R1 and answer the following question. Okay, I give the command once again. What is the IP address configured to R1? The IP address configured in R1 is 209. This is R1. R1 is router 1 in serial 000. Okay. 209, 165, 200, 223, 30. You also can check it whether the same IP. Okay. 209, 165, 200, 225 with this mask as 252/30. Okay. All right. We have answered that question. What is the bandwidth of serial interface? Bandwidth, where is bandwidth? Where is bandwidth? You can search. Do you have bandwidth information? Okay, MT is here. Internet address is here. Okay. No. Yeah, bandwidth. Only MT is given. I could not locate the bandwidth details here. But let's see whether our show run is able to help us. Whether any bandwidth information is here. No, it is not available here. So I think we should go for some other command. So let's move on. Enter the command to display the status of gigabit Ethernet. Same logic. Show IP interface gigabit Ethernet 00. All right. So it gives some command. All right. So fine. What is the IP in R1? Oh, MAC address in gigabit. Okay, gigabit is not information. Okay, bandwidth gigabit is not available here. So let's find out how this all will come up. Okay. Now display a summary list of interfaces in R1. So I quickly go through, go to all these things. So show IP interface brief is the command. So that will give you a clear information about who are those people. Okay, assigned, unassigned, IPS available, all this information are available here. Okay, so display the routing table in R1. What's the command to see the routing table in R1 quickly? Can you put it in the chat box? The command to see the routing table in R1, show IP route. Good. So I type show IP route is the command. I just press show IP route. It has got two information. How many connected networks are there using this code C? Only one. Okay, answered. Which route is listed? 224/0. How does the router, yeah, third one. How does a router handle a packet destined for a network that is not listed in the routing table? It will drop the packet. Okay, let's move on. Now it says configure the gigabit 00 interface on R1. And it also has given you the rule. enter the following commands to address. So I go to this R1, I just give config T. Okay, so what's the command? It asks me to type in this command. Very simple. Interface gigabit 00 IP address 192.168.10.1.255.255.255.0. I'm also supposed to give no shutdown. Okay, now you can check the result. See, we have done something. Of course, there are a few more to do. Don't bother. At present, we are here. You can check the result whether something is done. You did not complete this activity. Okay, assessment items. Yes, we have given IP address correct, host status correct, subnet mask correct, but we have a long way to go. No problem. We'll close this. We'll just follow what instruction is given to us. It also asks us, it is a good practice to configure the description. So I go to this router. In the CLI, I just type description. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to go to the interface. I'm sorry. Interface gigabit 00. I give the description. LAN connection. I should type in exactly, I think. Connection to S1. All right. And I am also supposed to give end. Okay, I have given end command. Now it asks me whether you are able to ping PC1. So I'm just issuing the command ping 192.168.10.10. I'm just following what instruction is given. I know we have 5 minutes more. I finish it now. Yes, it is success. It says it is success. Now configuring the remaining gigabit Ethernet interfaces on R1 and R2. All right. So what have we configured so far? We have configured only this gigabit. So I'm supposed to configure the remaining. So interface gigabit 01 IP address 192.168.11.1 with the mask 255.255.255.0. All right, and I also should give no shutdown. All right, and I can check what is the serial interface command. Do show IP interface serial 000. It has got already IP address. Is it having? It's having IP address, so I can escape. So this configuration is done. So due to want of time, I quickly go. I close this. Now I need to configure this router. Go to this router CLI. All I need to do is, okay, Cisco is the password, enable class is the password. So I give configure terminal. I need to assign these IP addresses. Okay, so I just type interface giga, where is G? Okay, giga 00 IP address 10.1.1. Oh, okay, 10.1.1.1. Mask is 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. Similarly, interface giga 01. Okay, IP address 10.1.2.1 with the mask 255.255.255.0. Let's give some description also. Demo. Okay, I have to give no shutdown. No shutdown. All right. So I have completed this configuration. We can check the results. Okay, description I have not given. So I am supposed to give description. So I close it. Where did I miss? R1 gigabit, R2 gigabit. In both the place gigabit, I missed the description. So I go to R2. Interface gigabit 00. I give description, some description demo 2. And for R1 for gigabit, I haven't given. So interface G00. Okay. Description demo 1. Then interface gigabit. Okay. Description again demo 5. Some random description I have given. We can check the results. Okay. Assessment items. Okay, two things are pending. Startup configuration. I'm finishing it. Thanks for your patience. I close it. Can you tell me what command should I use to save the configuration file? Okay, I'm not waiting for you. Copy running to startup configuration. Yes, I have done it. Go to this R2. Copy running to startup. Yes, good. Thank you. Some of you are responding. Appreciations to you. Now we can check whether the results are done. Yeah, it says, congratulations, Emmanuel, you completed this activity. Assessment item, everything is done, tick, tick mark. You could see the component. Configuration management is perfect. Device interface configuration perfect. Everything is perfect. All right. So overall feedback, you have completed the LAN activity. So congratulations, you have completed. So this is how you are supposed to work. All right. So I stop recording now.